evening and good night. The election is over, so there is nothing to talk about. We will talk to you in 3 years.
Works for me. What's up, man?
Nothing. You get so used to looking at the same news cycle over and over and over again for the past 6 months at least, and now you're sitting there going, "Well, now what?" And I don't really have anything to bitch about other than the fact that we won.
Well, there's plenty to bitch about. I mean, dude, I don't know if you've seen, but it's a tragic, tragic day in the world of X. Did you see? Two very prominent people quit X.
Really?
This is breaking news. Maybe you're not aware of this breaking news. Let me bring it up for you. This is tragic stuff. You are no longer going to get the intellectual stimulation that you normally get from Jamie Lee Curtis and Don Lemon.
Oh, shit. Show's over.
Damn it. How will we survive?
Man,
how can we survive?
Are that upset about the Donald Trump stuff? Is that why they left him?
Oh, yes, of course. Jamie Lee Curtis gave the Lord's Prayer, the God give me the serenity, blah, 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 as she made her way out. And the Don Lemon thing is even more. You got to hear this. So,
who the fuck does Jamie Lee Curtis think she is at this point in her life that she can do this?
Yeah, you know what? It's been a long time since she was hot in True Lies. Now, no one cares.
Was that her or was that her stunt double body?
I think that was her back then. It was 30 years ago.
The clip from that movie was insane. So I will give her that.
Smoking hot, yeah.
If she just put a bag over that head and duct tape her mouth shut, then it would have been a lot better. But yeah.
Well, and now she's the uglier half in the Halloween movies. So, it's like, she stinks. But Don Lemon is more funny to me because the reason you're going to love this. This is going to make your head explode. I don't know if you have any tape over there, but you might want to wrap it around your head to keep it together. He's quitting X because X is changing their policy to where, what are you doing?
No, I got a message that our show started on Rumble, and I didn't click it, but it went on.
Yeah, we're on. Now, he's quitting because X is changing their policy that if you want something taken down, you don't just throw it to X anymore. You have to deal with a court. You have to file court charges or whatever to get things taken down.
Wow. Okay.
Which I think is a great ploy by X.
Yeah.
Because that eliminates all the censorship.
Yes.
I'd be looking for Facebook and the other ones to do the same thing. But that's not good enough for him because now he's not protected anymore. Now he'd have to sue somebody if he feels like he's been slandered or whatever. So check out Don Lemon talking about leaving X and try to hold your tears back if you can, that you're not going to see this guy's greatness anymore.
Yeah, I will try.
All right, here we go.
Oh my gosh, Donald Trump wants reparations for white people?
What?
And getting their money's worth. Furthermore, I will direct the Department of Justice to pursue federal civil rights cases against schools that continue to engage in racial discrimination and schools that persist in explicit, unlawful discrimination under the guise of equity will not only have their endowments taxed, but through budget reconciliation, I will advance a measure to have them fined up to the entire amount of their endowment. A portion of the seized funds will then be used as restitution for victims of these illegal and unjust policies that hurt our country so badly. Colleges have gotten hundreds of billions of dollars from hardworking taxpayers, and now we are going to get this anti-American...
This ain't the right video. What the hell? Anyway.
Well, that video is accurate, though. I mean,
it is accurate, but
he should be taking endowments and stuff away from people that use DEI. It is a racist practice, no matter how you want to look at it, Don.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
Dumbass
That's
Don.
not the right video.
There's another one down further.
Maybe he might have deleted his account already. I thought that was the one, but he put it up there.
That's Sonny Houston or whatever. Houston.
Say that again?
Yeah. Sunny Hostin or whatever it is from
from The View.
Review. I went looking for her last night. I couldn't find her either.
Good, let them all leave. Here. I loved connecting with you all on X, but it's time for me to leave the platform. I once believed it was a place for honest debate and discussion, transparency, and free speech, but I now feel it does not serve that purpose. How does it not serve that purpose now? There's nothing stopped.
It served the purpose for me. I told John Stamos to get the fuck out of this country and told him I'd help him back.
In addition, starting this Friday, November 15th, X is implementing the new terms of service, which, among other things, states that all disputes be brought exclusively in the U.S. District Court for the North District of Texas or state courts located in Tarrant County, Texas. The full terms of service can be found on the TOS page.
Good.
Yeah. As the Washington Post recently reported on X's decision to change the terms, this ensures that such lawsuits will be heard in courthouses that are the hub for conservatives, which experts would say make it easier for X to shield itself from litigation and punish critics. Are you fucking kidding me with this? This shit has been going on for 8 years on every platform, including X, until Elon bought it.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the point of social media was a little bit of a free speech thing going on there.
Yeah.
You're allowed to say what you kind of want to say.
Yeah.
I mean,
now you're afraid of the court because what? How does that court limit you from saying what you want to say? As long as it's not illegal.
What the hell happened in this country that we can't speak freely? I don't understand it.
What I don't understand is
we're
I don't understand how this guy thinks that he can't speak freely.
Right.
What is stopping him from saying any fucking thing he wants?
He has real dumb letterhead, dude. Look at his stupid ass face at the bottom.
He's a fucking idiot.
But look, I guess even I started thinking about it. Really, on this show, you don't have free speech. We get censored all the damn time.
On YouTube, not on the show.
Facebook?
We do whatever we want. Yeah, but and again, that's why, as I have made abundantly clear a million times, I don't care about the big tech.
Right.
I don't and won't pander to it. I will not. If they take it down, they take it down. If they censor it, they censor it. I don't give a shit. And to answer John's question, who uses X anymore? Look up news in your app store. Guess what's number one? Twitter. That's in whatever app store you have, Android or iOS. Stop it. X is more popular than ever.
I never used to use X until now, because now that Elon has it, I at least see backlash from Republicans from the stupid shit that the left is putting up there. It used to be I would go to Twitter and see like the left would post something and it would all be just agreement. Oh, sure. And
that's what Threads is now. Remember Threads?
Yeah.
Threads.
I don't think anybody uses Threads. Now that might be accurate. But I mean, now when you go to X, you see, somebody on the left posts something. It's all fucking fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's dude. I love X. I was not using it. Now it's the only one that I use of the big tech. I use Minds and I use X. That's the only social media that I really use.
See, I had my conversation the other night with my daughter, who's 17, about X and how, because I don't know how kids handle it. I used to be that guy who was like, dude, it's fucking, words, it's online. Fuck this bullying bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Grow some thick skin and stuff. But now that I look at it, and I remember what I was like when I was 17 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And man, some of the shit that goes on is for real bullying. Dude, you can have your life destroyed online for wearing the wrong clothes if you're a kid. And, some of that is pretty harsh, dude. So, I believe in free speech. I do. But I also believe in monitoring your children to make sure that they're not doing the wrong shit on there. Well, my daughter seems to have like the kind of head on screwed on straight, that she's pretty good about what she sees and what she does online. And, she's actually gotten smarter. Back in the day, I remember when she had to be like 4. And me and my wife were walking around the apartment and daughter was in the bedroom, whatever, and she had a little computer device, whatever it is, and we're hearing her laugh, and we're like, oh, what's she watching? It's giggling, and we walk in, and it's a fucking tickle fetish video on YouTube.
Yeah. Jesus.
And I was like, holy shit. And so, I had to make adjustments to the computer, make sure she's not looking at the wrong thing. But she's done a very good job of self-monitoring and not putting herself in a position on X or anything else to have a problem. But it really is a dangerous thing.
Well, the biggest problem, though, is that the parents don't want to parent. The easiest way is to not give your kid, especially when they're 10, a phone. That's pretty dumb. And if you do give your kid that's 10 a phone, you don't give them the internet. You just give them the ability to call.
That's it.
Not even text, not even throw videos or pictures back and forth. Just call.
Look, and let's be honest. I'm guilty as the next as far as what I say online is probably.
Sure.
It's probably stupid. I mean, like I went to there was a video last night I saw on TV, actually on the news, about this girl on TikTok, and she was complaining and saying that since you voted for Trump, you no longer have a daughter. Mom and Dad, blah, blah, I'm leaving, and this, that, and everything. And I said, I went to this person's page because I have nothing better to do with my life. And maybe that's why I got sick last night, because God is just fucking hating me right now. But I went to this girl's page, and I looked at it, and I looked at this video that she posted about, screw you, Mom and Dad. You voted for Trump. I'm leaving. I don't need you. I don't need you in my life anymore. And I said, those people raised you and fed you. And I said, apparently I haven't missed too many of their fucking meals that they spent money on. I was like, you fat pig, you ungrateful disaster of a daughter. And then I posted this comment. Yeah. And then I'm sitting there and I'm going, wait a second, what the hell did you just do, dude? You know nothing about this girl. This girl could be 15 years old, and you just called her a disgusting pig of a daughter who's fat and fucking ugly. Like, go back and delete that post, you dumbass. And I realized that on X, how many times have I gone through X in the past couple of weeks and just scrolled through these comments and seen something shitty that somebody wrote, and I responded to and called them a fucktard and all this kind of stuff. Sure. And then I sit back and I go, I don't know this person could be a 12-year-old behind that phone that's writing this stuff. What are you doing? It's a dangerous place, dude. You got to really monitor what you do and everything else.
You do, but you know what? At the same time, dude, it's just where we are as a civilization these days. Again, the kids are different. I mean, dude, back in the day when you couldn't even go to a movie without your mom fucking looking, what's the rating? Remember that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go see Jaws tonight. What's the rating? There was no, what's it about? Or who's in it, or any of that stuff. It was, what's the rating? And if it wasn't the right rating, remember when they tried to confuse us with the PG-13?
Yes.
And then the parents didn't know what to do with that?
And NC-17.
Yeah, well, NC-17 was another one. They tried to confuse it.
Right. Is this worse than R or better than R?
Yeah. Is that a hard R? And God forbid you were at a hotel with the family and you turned to the wrong channel. Good Lord, just seeing the advertisement for it, my mom would fucking kick my ass. What are you doing on the Hot Babes for Atlanta channel? What is that? I mean, it's different now. It is different now.
It's different, but it's also just, it is dangerous, man. And then I realized that, we talk about civilized society, and I realized that over the past month and a half, I have not been all that civilized, dude. Like, I'm ashamed of some of the things that I posted. I'm ashamed that I've actually gotten into fights with people online. Not necessarily because I like the person. I could give a fuck less. Like Joe Cleon, I mean, I'm sure he's a nice guy and everything else, but him and I will never have anything in common enough to sit down and have a beer together ever.
Right.
So it doesn't matter to me. And he's a grown ass adult, and he knows that how I feel, and he knows. So I mean, fuck it. But there's other people that I was literally friends with for 20 years because I knew him from where I worked before, whatever it is. And now I basically told him to fuck off. I don't ever want to talk to you again. And it's amazing how easy it is to do on social media. It's bad enough that politics have destroyed half the people in this country. But the fact that we have become so hateful because of online is scary.
Well, look, there's a lot of realities that social media have exposed. The first of which is we really don't need to know as many people as we do.
Yeah, well, that's true.
When we were younger, think about at any age point, there's different friends, but there's the same number of friends. If you really think about it, when you were a preteen, when you were 10 years old or whatever you were, you had about 5 friends. Yes?
Yeah.
When you got into teenage world, you had about 10.
Yeah.
When you got into grown-up world, you alternate. You started with more. You probably had about 20 in your 20s, but you've narrowed it down to now, and you're about 50, back down to about 9 or 10.
Yeah, if that for me, yeah.
And that's it.
I have a lot more acquaintances than I have friends.
Sure, but go with me with this.
Yeah.
Outside of those 10 people in today's world, or those 5 people as a young kid, or those 10 people as a teenager into your 20s, outside of those people, no matter what anybody else said, you A, didn't hear it, you didn't choose to hear it, and B, you certainly didn't care about it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Now, because of stupid social media, it's perverted our sense of what's important to where somehow Fred G 3206 has as much importance to you as your mother or your father or your best friend. And that is where we have all lost it, because we give what I always call false importance to people that have no importance to us. Dude, I don't know my neighbor's name next door to me, but I know people in Australia because of social media. Australia's what, 10,000 miles from here?
Yes.
This guy lives, quite honestly, 40 feet from me.
Right.
I don't know his name, but I know people 10,000 miles away from me, and I know their interests. That's not right.
I'm the same way. I mean, we live in a cul-de-sac, and I know one person in the cul-de-sac. One.
Yeah, but you know people all over the world.
Of course, I just looked at my Facebook, and it says that I have 2,033 friends. I don't have 2,000. I don't know 2,033 people, but they're all friends. Yeah, you're right. I mean, that's crazy to me.
But what it shows is that we give false importance, and that's the thing that is askew. We used to give real, like, I don't know about you. I'll only speak for me. My 10 friends in my circle, my family and my 10 friends, even today, I would absolutely take a bullet for no matter what. No matter what it is.
Yeah.
I would take a bullet for. And outside of that, I wouldn't so much as fucking throw a bullet back to reload if they were getting their asses kicked. You know, I mean, I just wouldn't. That's just me. I don't give people false importance, you know. And I know me and you have had that going back and forth with the why are you arguing on Facebook a lot on the show. This is why I don't, because I don't ever give anybody outside of my closest circle true value. I used to, but I learned and I don't.
And I never thought I would be one of these people, but I am one of these people. I'm one of these people that looks and goes, man, why did I only get 53 likes on this post?
Oh, no, fuck that.
I usually get like 200. Why am I getting 50? And what did I do wrong on this post? Or like the other day, I got excited because Fox 8 posted a story about Yale is going to be giving a course in Beyonce.
Yeah.
Which is pretty fucked. And I said, this is why the left lost the election, because of crazy stuff like this. And I got 125 likes on one comment. And I was so excited that I got that many likes. And then I go, what the hell do I care if I got one? I mean, social media is a dangerous thing, in my opinion. Now it is. Anyway,
it is.
When I got Facebook, it was, hey, Dad, look at these pictures I posted of me and my daughter. Look at that. Look how cool that is. And he was able to see it from wherever he was living. It was fun. Well, and now it's become a political fucking opinion nightmare.
Well, it's like everything else. Everything starts off with good intention, and then it turns into shit. It either goes to porn or violence. Everything. Dude, you remember the old mimeograph machines that, you know, you put the ink on the roller and you turned it and it spit out pages for class and whatever? That thing was, I read this somewhere, that thing was invented in, I think, the 40s. 1940s or 30s or something. And within 6 months of it, somebody was drawing pictures of naked chicks and pumping out pictures of naked women. Because anything that can make communication easier turns into either violence or sex or both. Every time. And put that anywhere you want. Phones? How long was it? We had phones, and then people were having the dirty phone lines. We had 800 numbers, and then they made 900 phone numbers just so that you could say, "Hey, baby, I'm jerking my dick to you. What are you doing back to me?" I mean, that's what they did. Every medium of communication. We had the internet. Remember back in the old CompuServe days, CompuServe and AOL and all that stuff? You remember those days?
Oh, yeah.
Where it took fucking 900 years to download a picture?
Yes.
How long was it before you saw your first pair of tits after you got AOL?
Yeah. Trying to remember the site that I went to, but it was all before it was movies, and it was just still pictures.
It was still pictures everywhere. And it was in bulletin boards. Remember, you had to go to this. Yeah. You go to this bulletin board and this folder and then this folder and then this folder. And then you found the one folder that said XXX. And then you went in there, and there was the, Alyssa Milano. And then you'd spend half a day downloading it and hoping it didn't freeze up or hoping you didn't get a phone call.
I remember back in the day, man. So we're talking, had to be late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
And I had a phone in my bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
Big mistake for have a phone in the bedroom of a fucking horny little boy.
Sure.
And I remember one day my mom got the phone bill. She goes, "What the fuck is this?" I was like, "What? $1,500 on 900 numbers." I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Because I thought, because I was like a pussy kid, and so I didn't want to, I wanted to do it, but I was afraid to do it.
Right.
So I would call up, somebody would answer,
you hang
and
up.
then I'd be like, click.
Yeah.
I
never
that's
$3.
I never actually made it to the party room. But I never made it to the party room and still racked up $1,500 in porn fucking phone calls. So I was like, oh, shit. And then, of course, my mom disputed the call because she believed me that I wasn't. I don't know why she believed me. But
my son didn't make these 85 calls.
And, of course, I did. But she won that, I think. I think they never charged her for this. But $1,500, dude, in porn calls.
Dude, I was probably 13 years old. This is a horrible story. I don't even know why I'm telling this, but it goes back into what we're talking about. So I'm 13 years old, and I kept telling my mom that I needed batteries for a flashlight.
Yeah.
So she kept buying me these batteries. And back then it wasn't like now where you get the AA's or whatever, a pack of them for like $5. These were the D batteries. This was a flashlight. So those were like $10 or whatever at the time. And I was going, I'm not going anywhere, but I needed a flashlight. So finally one night at like 2 a.m, my mom comes in my room because she sees the light flickering in my room or whatever. And she catches me. I had found in the woods, what do you call those? 8mm reel of a porno. I found it in the woods. So I was taking it when I thought everybody was asleep, and I was opening it up and using the flashlight to project it on my wall to see some grainy bullshit. But I just remember my mom walks in, and I got some guy just railing some chick, and I'm doing this with the fucking, the flashlight, trying to make it look like it's moving. So, so fucking dumb.
See, now I was an effeminate kind of child, I believe.
Okay.
I wouldn't say that necessarily I like dolls and stuff like that, but I wasn't like the typical I want to go play football kind of guy.
Sure, okay.
And so, I think my mom thought that I may have been leaning that direction.
Okay.
And so she was cool, man. Like, she was a cool mom. So she'd take me to the video store, like back when they had remember, like it looked like you were going to like a saloon. They had the wooden doors that would flop back and forth.
Sure.
Where the porn stuff was.
Sure.
And she would let me just stick my arm in and grab something. And then she would get it and take it home for me to watch. And then
she was trying to de-gay you.
Yes. And then when I actually started having like girlfriends and stuff coming over to the house, she would say, whatever you do, don't make a lot of noise and keep the door fucking shut. And so she had no problem with me. I was like 15 years old, banging chicks upstairs in my house, and she was very cool about it. And I think now that I look back on it, she probably thought I was fucking gay and wanted to make sure that I went down the right path.
Right.
and let me do whatever the hell I wanted to do. And now look at me. I'm like the studiest guy that you know, right?
She was hoping that you'd get the gay sucked right out of your dick. Dude, there was a over there in Northfield, right by where I lived. I had this friend named Paul, and he owned a video store.
Yeah.
And it was great having a video store guy as a friend because you could go to the video store to get the to get the videos. But unfortunately, like how you're saying about the wooden doors.
Yeah.
This guy had the bead thing. And every once in a while I would run the store with them. And every time there was a 15-year-old kid that came in there, I would just hear the beads rustling. That was how he knew that there were kids in there trying to get to the porn, was he had the beads, and every time you touch the beads, like, making all that noise from the beads.
I knew that I didn't have a problem because I've never stolen anything in my life, dude.
Oh, boy.
I've just never been that guy, dude. I've never been. When I went on a field trip to Toronto with like my entire class, fifth grade or whatever, sixth grade, whatever it was, and all of them were stealing shit out of the gift shops, and I didn't steal a fucking thing. I just was that guy. Felt like it wasn't mine unless it was porn, dude. I've stolen a lot of porn, and like I went down to the thing. I got caught one time. I went down to the convenience store. I was off that day from school, whatever. My mom and dad were at work. I walked down there. I didn't have any money other than to get some fast food. And I'm fat, so I was gonna eat. But I went to the store and I took these magazines like Cherry and Legs, I think were the magazines, like fucking hardcore shit, dude. It wasn't like the Playboy stuff.
A Swanker.
Yeah. I go up to the
Wee
counter.
magazine.
Yeah. I went up to the counter to get something to drink, and I had my money and whatever. And the lady goes, What's hanging out of your pants, sir? What? And the fucking
it's my dick
magazines slipped all the way down my pant leg, and so they're like corners of pages just sticking out there.
Right.
And she just started giggling and took the fucking magazines and said, "Get out of here." Like, all right.
That's hilarious.
But I've always been that.
Dude, let's change directions a little bit here. I asked Jon to come on specifically, not so much to talk about the Browns. I guess we can if you want to. I'm sure.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
He'll have some thoughts about that. But he has a story he wants to tell you. He told it to me. I'm going to say nothing in this. He wants to tell you a family story going into the holidays that we both want to see your reaction to.
Okay, I want to ask him a question before he gives his story.
Okay, go ahead. Bring him on.
Bring him on. Let's bring on Jon Drake.
Me too.
I got it. Maybe.
No, maybe you don't. I'll get him. What the hell?
Yeah, it keeps going like.
Why
is it doing that?
Because I have a thing up. Or not.
I've never seen that. There he is.
There he is. Right,
there we go.
John, how you doing, my friend?
What's up, man? How's it going?
All right. I did have something. I guess it's not a question. It's more of a statement.
Okay.
I just wanted to say congratulations on your growing family.
We're not able to talk about that yet. We will be able to talk about that potentially next Thursday. It is not my child. So
I've known you were pregnant for a long time, John.
It's like, it's not your child, but it's your wife.
It is not. It is
It's
not.
not your
That is that is a common misnomer. My wife was snipped before I met her, and so that is not possible unless a doctor did a very bad job, and we've been very lucky for 15 years.
So she's a good practice fuck doll.
Wow.
Exactly.
But
Yeah,
see,
no,
all right, see, I would have a giant problem with that. You know why? Because then you don't know if she's cheating or not. I mean, she could be fucking getting railed all day long while you're at work. And
look at John. Who would cheat on that?
Guys are spooging all up inside of her, and you don't even know it because she can't get pregnant.
I trust her, man. I trust her.
Well, I just saw your post from this morning.
No, and I appreciate that. Yeah. No, it's again, we're not saying anything publicly, and not that we're not public right now, but my stepdaughter,
we're barely public,
and her fiance, We'll find out. There's been several positive home tests, and the official doctor confirmation.
If it was you, I wasn't trying to pry on anybody else. So.
No, it's fine, man. I appreciate that, but
I'm not going to say anything, but her name is, and she lives at. And
right.
She's registered here to get us in gifts, and she needs a stroller.
Exactly. It's definitely an interesting time around here. I'll put it that way, because this is not the best time financially in any respect. So I'm going into complete and total like responsible guy dad mode, which anybody who knows me, as Chris does, knows this is not a normal position for me to take. So
yeah, but the problem is that there is no really great financial time, dude. For people like us, it's not. Too. You're Donald Trump, there's a good financial time, but when you're people like us, it is what it is, dude.
Yeah.
Well, John, you might be saving money on the holidays, as I hear.
Yeah.
so what happened?
Yeah, I do. When this went down, Seth, I have to admit you were the first person I thought of. So I was like, I was gonna ask Chris if I could come on and not even tell him, but I'm like, I gotta tell Chris just so he knows this is worth it. But so obviously I know you guys are still, just completely full, don't need anything to eat or drink because you're just so full of liberal tears from all the drinking you've been doing the last couple.
A little bit.
Well, my cousin, love him to death. But he's definitely he's actually the one that I've mentioned on the show before, where he would say, I'd rather vote for a corpse than Trump. Yes. He's that guy.
Yeah.
So I actually talked to him last Wednesday or Thursday, and he he on Facebook, he and his dad and family members, they're like as anti-Trump as possible, and they're the whole. My uncle is gay, full disclosure. And they're as anti-Trump as it gets. And they say, the conservatives are the party of hate. Meanwhile, my uncle's husband is posting things like, I wish the gunman would have hit his target when, he was wishing Trump to be killed and all that. Wow. So that's
tolerant.
Yeah, very tolerant.
So that's, and I got skewered for calling him out for that, of course. So basically the assumption was that I was a Trump supporter because they basically turn everything political and they just attack. And obviously, as we've determined, I'm not. So anyway, long story short. So I find out last week that my brother's girlfriend is having a housewarming party this weekend. And my cousin asked if there were going to be any Trump supporters there, because if so, they're not coming. And then specifically asked if I was going to be there because they wouldn't come. And it's actually another thing he's got a hair up his ass with me about that's unfounded, but that doesn't matter to the story. But anyway, so I called him. I was like, fuck this, enough of this. So I bitched him out on his voicemail, and I said, he hadn't checked. He said, I'll call you back later. So I said, okay, you're not going to like my voicemail. So we talked later. And we start getting into it, and he said that he has decided that he is going to cut any Trump supporters out of his life, or he will cut people out who don't have a problem with Trump's policies. And he said that it is not, and it does get better, Seth, trust me.
It's pretty good so far.
I was going to say, it's pretty good. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with that.
So, but he said that it's not a political thing. This is a moral thing.
A moral. And did he name any particular policy that?
Well, he said, and this is true. He's got two daughters, and one's engaged, and very responsible. The other one is married and very irresponsible. And so basically, he's got two sons-in-law. One is from England and lives with them, but he is here legally. The other is mulatto, so he is half black, half white. And as I said, my uncle is gay. So he said, well, I know a lot of people in the LGBTQ community. My father's gay. I have a person of color as one son-in-law, and I have an immigrant as another son-in-law. So all these things Trump wants to do are totally against my family.
So what? I don't know when Trump came out against gays. I will say
that's what I said.
I think his press guy was gay, wasn't he? That Pressler guy? But that doesn't matter.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's kind of the stance. And so as we got into it, he and as I've made clear on the show, I'm in the middle. I see, both sides of arguments, and all that kind of stuff. And I said that, and he says that he sees that as, while it's admirable to try and be logical, he sees it as being wishy-washy, and that I should be 100% on one side or 100% on the other. And I said, well, I don't do that. I said, very few things in life to me are black and white 100% issues. I'll give you two perfect examples. I told him, I said, pedophilia and animal abuse. Because if you go, I support pedophilia, that means you're fucking kids. And if you say, I support animal abuse, that means you're murdering animals. Okay. So it's pretty obvious that those things are black and white. And as the conversation progresses, he makes the statement that, well, if the roles were reversed and I had people in my life, let's say, you say pedophile and animal abuser, I'd be like, well, okay. But if they were supporting Trump, I would say, no, you're out of my life. I can't handle. And I literally, I did not know what to respond with, because what I wanted to say was, so you'd be fine with somebody, fucking kids or murdering innocent animals, but if they voted for somebody you don't like, they got to go. That's what you're telling me? And
look,
I mean, I was
in a 10-year-old's ass, okay.
Fine.
But those gas prices, Jesus, how dare you?
Yeah, Seth, I was in shock. I was like, I don't know if he realized what he was saying, but he didn't backtrack on it, and I didn't bring it up because I just would have exploded. And it was a civil conversation, and I just was like, yeah, he hasn't been talking to me, and I don't think I'm going to reach out unless he reaches out. Because not because I don't want to. If he calls me, I'll definitely talk to him, but I can't get on board with that sort of lunacy. I mean, I really believe now that this is not, we use the term delusion or delusional with some of these people that, we see all the videos and shit that Aiken's been loving for the last few weeks, and you have too.
Yes.
I really think it's a legitimate condition. It is a mania. It is a mental condition to be that ridiculous. When you can legitimately say that you'd be fine with your friend like molesting children or killing animals, but not voting for somebody you don't like, that's a problem.
It's a legitimate problem, and I think there's a lot more people out there than we think. Now, there is a group called the Log Cabin Republicans who are gay conservative people that are actually for Trump, and there are other gay conservative groups out there. Maybe your uncle should try something like that. I mean, Trump has never said anything about putting gays in internment camps. And I see all these videos on TikTok from the LGBT plus AI, whatever it is, community, and they're all saying that he's going to put us in camps, he's going to kill us, he's going to murder us, which is just insane. There is a problem in the brain with people when it comes to Donald Trump. I don't know what it is. I didn't like Kamala Harris, but you sure as hell wouldn't see me crying and wondering if she's going to put fat guys in an internment camp somewhere and murder me. And I feel bad for you, dude. I mean, Sunny hosted or whatever from The View said it the other day. She said that Thanksgiving should be changed from this point forward. And that if you have relatives who voted for Trump, they should not be invited to Thanksgiving. And maybe he got that from The View. Maybe he was watching The View.
I don't know.
It's
like,
true.
It's just crazy. I told him, I said, like, you're willing to like throw away relationships that you have spent, decades in some cases building over this reaction to an election result that you don't know what's going to happen yet. I mean, like, for example, like when I was talking the last time I was on, and I mentioned that I had a conversation with some people that are more on the liberal side, and it was a very calm, cool, collected. It was a great conversation. I learned some things from their side. We were kind of going back and forth, and it was awesome. Well, it was with my two best friends, and I met their brothers, and the older one is my age. We met in kindergarten when we were 5, and the younger brother was 3, and we've been best friends literally ever since. I mean, we're so close that their parents, we had a third set of parents at my wedding at the parents' table, and it was their mom and dad, because I was over there so much. They're like family to me. And I'm thinking to myself, like, there is literally nothing in this world, like Aiken, as you were saying before I jumped on, there is nothing in this world that could ever make me give up those relationships. Even a political disagreement, it's not worth it. Like, I've spent 45 years, cultivating this incredible bond with them. And my cousin is willing to piss that away. And I'm like, you are going to die a lonely motherfucker, dude.
Yep. I have a cousin who is the opposite. I mean, she's a pro-Trump conservative, and she's a great girl, and she her parents fucking hate Donald Trump, and they don't talk because of their differing views. And I have family that doesn't like Trump, and we still talk, and everything's still fine. But that's mainly because he won. If he didn't win, I don't know if I'd say 2 fucking words to them ever again.
Yeah.
But so it really has destroyed the country. I think Obama started it. That's just my opinion. But so, are you going to have like family time with these people come the holidays, or no?
No, I mean, they do theirs, we do ours, but I mean, where it's going to come to pass is, I see him, several times a year, and he's a whiskey aficionado. He actually has a very big whiskey club, and I would go over there, when he would have his meetings and stuff, and it was, family time and obviously Christmas and stuff like that. But now it's, I won't even get the invite. I know that.
That's awful, man.
I mean, it's, dude. And the thing of it is, like, I always talk about hypocrisy. Like, he keeps talking about moral this, moral that, and he conveniently forgets that when he got wrecked a couple times over his place, he tried to feel at my wife a few times when his wife gone to bed.
Who hasn't?
But I'm like, let's talk morals.
Chris did.
Yeah. Now, as much as Chris jokes about it, I can honestly say this: what Chris has not done. He will talk about it till the cows come home, but he has not reached out. Yeah, but my cousin, Mr. Moral High Ground. Well, then what are you doing trying to feel at my wife, you slimy bastard? Like, stop it. Like, I hate that sort of stuff. And it's like, fine, if you think that having people in your life to fuck kids and kill animals is better than voting for Trump, and you seem to conveniently forget that you tried to, like, grope my wife, then you just go ahead and live your life, dude.
It's such a weird phenomenon when people talk about morals and then they go into what they believe and they're like, what the fuck are you thinking?
Yeah.
It's so crazy how they can think that Donald Trump is the king of immorality, and yet the shit that they do in their own lives is almost worse than what he does.
Yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous. And I was just in shock, and I still am, because I can't, at no level can I wrap my head around that sort of statement and think, okay, well, maybe he's coming from here, or I could see this part of it. Like, no, that's just wrong. It is just plain wrong. Voting for Donald Trump is not worse than pedophilia or animal abuse. It isn't. Right. Nobody says that.
Now, here's my other thought, and maybe my question to you. Emotions run high when it comes to this stuff. I mean, the reason I got into so many arguments on Facebook is I was so hell-bent on proving a point or explaining myself or explaining my point of view that it came out with anger because of my emotions running high. Do you think that this is something that nice. Do you think that once emotions and everything calm down a little bit after this is settled in, as far as he's going to be the president, that will go away? Or do you think this is going to be just the way that it is?
No, I think that's the way it's going to be.
That's
he's been going this route for a few years, and he just, it's one of those, it's like an orange man bad. It's one of those. I have other friends that are staunchly anti-Trump, but they'll give you reasons and they'll define it. Like the way you got, you're pro-Trump and you will define it. My older brother is staunchly pro-Trump and he will define it. It's like, but my cousin is just not. He claims that, one party is the party of goodness and tolerance and morality. The other one is is a bunch of fascists trying to recreate the Third Reich and all this other bullshit. So
how is the party of tolerance like the most intolerant group of people?
Well, I mean, and Seth, that's why, all these comments when I say online, like when you and I are going back and forth joking around, when I say things like, if it's not okay for the other side to do it, then you can't fucking do that. Like, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. My cousin is spewing this line of morality and bullshit. Like, you're not exempt from this. You can't, and excluding people from your life is a form of hate, if you ask me. And so you're hating, but you're saying, I don't support Trump because he hates. Well, then don't do that. Be inclusive. Be what he's not if you want to stand up for something. But instead, you're doing the exact same goddamn thing. You're vilifying. So how is anybody supposed to take you fucking seriously? And to your point, like, I mean, the liberals, like you said, I mean, just what are you doing? I mean,
and then my confusion also comes with, if you didn't believe me, you didn't want to sit there and believe what I posted online. I get it. But you had over 80 million people in this country. He won the popular vote. It wasn't like he, hit hard some states and then, nobody else voted for him. He won the popular vote in this country.
Yeah.
You cannot sit here and say that close to 90 million people are fascist, pig, Third Reich Nazis who hate gays and blacks and want internment camps in this country.
How many Nazis were there in 1941, Seth?
I don't know the answer to that question, so I'm not gonna.
Technically, they started earlier than that, Chris. So how many were there in like 1938?
Yeah, good point.
So I just don't. I mean, like at some point, you have to just come to terms with it. I came to terms with that Biden was president, and
No,
Trump
you
lost
didn't.
I did, to the extent that I wasn't going to sit there and cry. I didn't make a video go, oh my God, I got to leave the country. I don't know what I'm going to do.
You didn't get a red heart tattooed on your hand to show your support for
I did
Trump?
not. I didn't do that. I mean, I don't know. I don't, at some point, you just got to say, all right, we'll see what happens. And then hopefully in 4 years, we'll I mean,
Yeah.
I was prepared that if Kamala won, to fucking bitch like crazy and then go, all right, well, let's hope that we prove everybody wrong that she wasn't very good. But I wasn't going to cry about it. I wasn't going to threaten my family members or never go, what the fuck?
Yeah. I mean, don't you think that the rational way to handle this would be, if you're unhappy, okay, fine, like you said, bitch. But I mean, you have to look at the source of the problem. You know, this was supposed to be a close election. All we heard up to it was it's going to be like a razor thin margin. You know, instead it was, you know, we could pretty much call it a blowout in Trump's favor. So figure out what the hell your party did to get put in that situation. Like, don't complain, figure it out. Like, because the mistake is on your end. If you were supposed to have a close election, you got blown out. A lot of people didn't side with you. So figure out why. And I mean, you know, do that. Like, start solving the problem. Whining's not going to do anything.
It's easier to bitch than be part of the solution. That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
No, I agree.
Matthew here will sit and bitch all for the rest of the next 4 years about everything.
Well, you just did for the last 4 years, so I guess you and Matthew are even.
Well, I said bitching is one thing, but crying about it for 4 years isn't going to do you any good. Or thinking that you're going to get murdered by somebody, thinking that if you're gay, all of a sudden he's going to take away your rights to be gay is insane. If you're a woman, saying he's going to take away your rights to be a woman is insane. I mean, that kind of stuff is irrational thought. I didn't like Joe Biden, but I didn't think he was going to take my rights away from being a person. I mean, I thought he was going to probably raise my taxes a little too much with all of his incredible spending. I thought he might make me try to drive an electric car, but I didn't think he was going to take my rights away to be a human. And that's what these people honestly believe.
That part will all settle down, though. Look, the worst part about this is that there's a holiday where people can make a stink about it. That's really what it is. If this happened in fucking August 1st, then there'd be nothing. But because it happens close enough to Thanksgiving, and that is allegedly the family gets together holiday, they're making their stand, and that's going to be their big stand. We're going to ruin your Thanksgiving. And you know what? A bunch of us are going to eat fucking turkey and be men. Hope that turkey sandwich you're having is good, you fucking pig. And and that's going to be it. We're just not going to care. And then they're going to realize that they're not that important. They'll shut the fuck up. It's just how it is.
Would you invite Chris and I to Thanksgiving dinner, John?
He's invited me.
Well, see? Well, I'm not,
Did he freeze up? And he froze up. Son of a bitch.
Look at him. Look at that picture. It froze up all nice and...
No, it's gone. He froze up. Let's see if he comes right back because...
I thought it was my internet.
No, it's John, but he needs to come right back because there's quite the story about me at his Thanksgiving.
Really?
Yeah, I apparently said inappropriate things to his mom.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I will say, in my defense, we all had. I didn't say nothing crazy, but I'll let him tell the story if he comes back on.
So little too much adult beveraging going on?
There was a lot of adult beveraging, and we were playing. I could start telling it. He can straighten it around. We were playing. What is that game called? It's like inappropriate truth or whatever. Where his internet is frozen. He's getting spinning windows. Where it's like. It asks you sort of an inappropriate question and then leaves a blank and you leave the answer. I forget what the game is called, But it's like you get a card and it says something like, I don't know. I like women when their blanks are big. Cards Against Humanity. Thank you, Cody. And it'll ask a question like that. And his mom asked one, and I went with some really harsh answer, and everybody at the table was like, Jesus Christ, dude, you know. Typical me being me.
Right. I don't know, man. See, this is where I'm a different person than a lot. I mean, for Thanksgiving, have already put the rules out that I'm not going anywhere. I am making a giant turkey. It'll probably be way too big for me and my wife and my daughter, but it's gonna be a giant turkey. I'm gonna make all the shit for the sides, and I'm gonna do it all by myself, dude.
Okay.
I'm already making Christmas cookies and all that kind of stuff, and I'm gonna have the entire meal at my house for me and my family. I don't want to go, and it has nothing to do with my family, but like there are people in my family that have already called us all racist and said they're not coming to Thanksgiving because we voted for Trump. So that's fine. But I'm not going either because I don't want the hassle, dude. I don't need the bullshit in my life. You know who I enjoy? I enjoy my wife. I enjoy my daughter. And so on Thanksgiving, I'm going to enjoy some fucking football. I'm going to enjoy some turkey. I'm going to sit my fat ass down on my couch and watch some shit and relax and enjoy things. And I don't want to talk politics. I don't want to deal with the headache of two dumb kids that think that I'm racist because my other option if I go to a family dinner like that is I'm going to get myself, which I've already looked up, a Trump Christmas sweater. I'm going to put the fucking thing on. I'm going to walk into the house. I might have a flag sticking out of my ear, and I'm going to enjoy my Christmas dinner telling them to fuck off. Yeah. Because if you're going to call me names, you're going to call me racist, you're going to call me a homophobe, all these things I am not, oh, by the way, then I'm going to tell you to fuck yourself on Thanksgiving. Sure. And it's not going to be a pleasant experience for anybody. So
I know for my family, we usually meet at my mom's. If my brother's in town, which is not often because he lives in San Diego, but he has made either Christmas or Thanksgiving pretty much every year since he moved out there. And there's kind of an unwritten rule, and it was a discussed rule at one point, and it really just came down. The rule is that we just don't talk about politics. Period. End of discussion. Because I am the lone conservative at the table, but I'm also the biggest mouth at the table. And two things will happen. One, I'll fight back. Two, I'll take it to the radio, and then everybody gets fucking mad. Because my life is always on the radio, and everybody knows that about me. So my family doesn't like that especially, but tough. That's who I am. So there's that. But the rule is always reinforced when my niece, Alex, is going to be there. Because she is a hardest of hardcore leaning to the right or to the left side. So me and her will argue if it comes up. So we just don't now. And my mom has made it very clear, either one of you fucking mouse off about politics, you're out of here. Right. And I'm okay with that. That's fine with me. Again, I always say this, prior to Obama being president, I didn't know any of my friends' politics. None of them. We never talked about it. It was always like, if somebody said, "Oh my God, can you believe Reagan's doing this with the taxes or whatever?" Well, the next thing was, "How about that new Motley Crue record, bro?" It was like instantly change topic to something else. No one wanted to deal with this shit.
Like I want to know how Scott handles it because he's got relatives that his close family, immediate family that are opposite of his politics, and I want to know how does that come up? Look, I agree with what you're saying, but politics are different now than they were back then. They are a lot more heated than they used to be.
We didn't have social media,
right? And two, I mean, it's new. I mean, literally, Trump got elected 8 days ago.
Yeah,
and by the time Thanksgiving comes around, it's not even going to be a month. And so that's going to be the one topic that is going to be on everybody's minds when they're sitting there. And how do you go from, hey, the Detroit Lions are having a great season to, and not bring up Trump at some point during the conversation?
Dude, you know how you have to treat it, honestly, and you may not love hearing this, but I'll say it, and people can agree or disagree in the chat. You have to treat it like like you do the very first conversation you have after a humongous fight in a relationship, the kind that almost breaks you. You know how you have that fight and someone's throwing this or someone's throwing that and doors are being slammed and fuck you, no fuck you, no fuck you. You know, that fight. And then like 2 days later, you come back together and you have that really awkward, so what are you watching on TV? Is it a good episode? What are they talking about? You know what I'm talking about? That you have to treat the political thing this year that way if you don't want it to become a problem.
I've been in fights with my wife like that where it's like fuck you, and then all of a sudden we try to cool off and everything's fine. We get back to the business of being married and everything else. But at the same time, in the back of both of our minds that fight is still fucking there.
Yeah, of course.
And you want to say something, but you can't.
But you got to leave it alone. That's what you need to do this Thanksgiving. You got to leave it alone, like you're trying not to hate your wife. That's what you have to do.
John is apparently using my internet tonight.
It's funny you mention that because normally I've got strong signal, and all of a sudden out of nowhere my little notification thing popped up and it said you have Seth Williams strength signal, and all of a sudden I was gone.
And your cousin was running away from your house suddenly. What the hell happened?
with a pair of trimming shears.
Hey, John, while you were disconnected and reconnecting, we were talking about when you invited me to your house for Thanksgiving, and I got really inappropriate with your mom. Can you reset that story?
Oh God, yeah, that was awesome. So my mom is like, she'll be 82 here in like a week and a half, Seth, but she doesn't act like an 82-year-old when she's hip as hell, dude. And little Italian lady. And so Aiken came over, which, by the way, Aiken, the door is open for Thanksgiving if you have nowhere to go, as usual.
Take you up on that.
So the place will be packed, but there'll be a lot of free food. So
am I allowed to be there because I voted for Trump?
Yeah, you'll be surrounded by a lot of Trumpers.
Oh, all right. Well,
there's going to be no gay anti-Trumpers there, so don't worry about it.
All right. So
exactly. But yeah, so we have our meal. Everything's cool, and Chris, as is Chris, like
freezes up. Son of a bitch.
So, she has no problem with him. She knows how he is. And
all right, say that again because you froze up.
Internet. There we go. Yeah. All right, am I back? It just spun for a second. All right. So, my mom loves Chris. So everyone's like, hey, why don't we play Cards Against Humanity? And I went, oh, God. So here's my mother in the same room as Chris Aiken playing Cards Against Humanity. I was like, oh, this is not going to. So Chris pulls a card, and it was something about blah, 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 queef. And I went, Jesus. I'm like, oh, Jesus. And my mom goes, and of course, Chris is dying laughing because my mom goes, what's a queef? And Chris starts absolutely losing it because he knows that someone's going to have to explain to my mother what this is. So he is loving seeing me squirm. And I went, it's like, when air comes out of, and I'm doing those like, pantomime, and this, that, and my mom blurts out, oh, a pussy fart. And I went, that's it. I'm done. I am out. I am not going to sit here and listen to my mom say pussy fart. It ain't happening. And Chris was just it was just happier than a pig in shit, man.
Oh, that's right.
He was loving it, dude.
I can only imagine, man. I mean, Chris does that kind of stuff on a day-to-day basis. So, I mean, it had to be like his Disneyland to have some lady going pussy fart.
It was fun. It was fun amazing. Because John was so uncomfortable and so nervous that I was going to be the asshole, and I was definitely when it was my turn to do the cards. Yeah, I was pretty fucking vulgar, but
yeah, it was definitely a time, man. I was like, as soon as they mentioned playing that game, I was like, oh Christ, here it comes.
Yeah, see, my poor mother-in-law, she'll read like the show Facebook page, and she knows when I'm posting something, when Chris is posting something. Because if I post something, it's just a picture of, hey, go Trump. When Chris posts something, it's, hey, go fuck yourselves and stick a dick in your ass, go Trump.
Right.
And then, of course, I get the call going, Seth, why are you posting stuff like that? I'm like,
well, she answered one, Heather's mom answered one. and said, whoever's running this page, you need to stop with this, because I had put the word fuck in something. And I literally wrote back, you might as well unfollow this page because I'm not stopping. It's like, fuck you. Give a shit who you are. I would say that to my own mom.
Yeah.
I would say it to anybody. I'm not that guy. I'm not cordial. Fuck off.
Yeah. I mean, and my mom, like I said, she knows him. And, you know, even before, like she first met him at our wedding, actually. But we had, you know, my mom is one of those people that, like, she definitely takes people at face value, and she's not like my cousin and all judgmental. It's, you know, she had heard all the stories about Chris and how, you know, not to you know, make Chris into a pussy on the show, and he's supposed to be a big vulgar hard ass, but, you know, I mean, Chris is, you know, my best friend and Steph's best friend, and so she'd heard all the stories of, you know, how close we are and the things he's done for us and vice versa. So, you know, she knew that going into it, and the way I always describe Chris to people is he is the most vulgar, wrong person you'll ever meet, but he is the most honest person. He will never be dishonest no matter the consequence, and he is also the most dedicated, wonderful friend you could ever hope to have. So my mom knew this. Yeah. And so my mom knew that going in, so she just hit it off with him right away at our wedding, and then, you know, they've, you know, seen each other since, and she just doesn't care. It's like, that's Aiken. She loves him. She always asks about him. Yeah, she asked, like, is Aiken coming to Thanksgiving? She just asked me that 2 nights ago.
I may come out for a bit.
You are always welcome.
Anything. I don't know that I'm doing anything, so I might.
Yeah. It'll definitely be a safe space for you, so there you go.
Because I need that, a safe space.
Does it change the menu when guys like Chris come over to your house for Thanksgiving?
Extra turkey.
I was going to say, does it come
complete.
with an extra bird altogether?
There's already an extra bird for me, man. Are you kidding?
28 more pounds for me, thank you.
Yeah, we can't even fit it in the fucking oven.
Well, I know. I mean, that's what I get from me and my wife and my daughter, dude. There's the 3 of us, and they don't eat shit. And then I got this like 20-pound bird that I'm sticking in the oven.
20? What are you, a rookie? Was that a Cornish hen? 20 pounds.
Okay, look, it's just me eating it.
That's still, it is huge, man. Like, I mean, and my problem is I only eat the breast part. That's really, like, you know, because as fat as I am, I try to. Yeah.
Your mom.
Yeah. Your mom's breast. I try to keep it healthy. And so it's like part of me just wants to go to Honey Baked Ham and get one of those trays of turkey breasts and be like, y'all can have that actual cooked bird. I'll do this and just start housing on it.
Wait a second, that's a whole different kind of question. What the fuck are you doing eating only the breast meat? It's the worst part of the fucking bird.
That's actually my favorite.
If we're slathering gravy all over it, it might be all right. But I mean, other than that,
oh, I love it.
Crazy.
Because, dude, I like, as a fat guy, I actually eat a lot healthier than you would think. It's just my weight is all from booze. But
Taco Bell.
Yeah, well, not Taco Bell, because our Taco Bell in Wadsworth is like the Steelyard Commons Walmart of Taco Bells. So, yeah, like, dude, I like meals that I could eat a shitload of that aren't like unhealthy. So it's like if you have a whole shitload of turkey breast, you could just eat till you want to vomit, and you've ingested like 160 calories. So it's like, that I'm all about it, dude. Like, yeah, let's.
Problem is, none of us put the vomit into it. We just keep on eating it. Yeah,
right.
See, when it comes to like a turkey, I'm more of a skin guy. Like, I'll just tear the skin off the entire bird and just suck that down, put some gravy on it, and I'm good to go.
Yep. My aunt's like that. She's like, give me the skin and the giblets. I'm like, you can have the fucking giblets, dude. You go right ahead. Yeah, that's just disgusting.
When it comes to turkey, I'm all about the stuffing. The worst thing that I could possibly eat. I will eat a pound of that.
Yep.
Yeah, the stuffing has always been my
that is a weakness.
Favorite. Yeah. Well,
mashed potato.
Fat, dude.
Yeah, exactly. I'm perfectly happy with some green beans, mashed potatoes, and turkey, dude. Let's go. Pumpkin pie. My aunt makes the most badass pumpkin pie ever. So
I've never had pumpkin pie.
Hers is a little different. Like, it's got some different seasoning in it, and
he wouldn't know. He's never had it. Period.
Well, I mean, I actually don't like a lot of pumpkin pies, but my aunt's is like an ungodly good pie. So I just look forward to it. Like, oh my god, it's so good.
This is a question I honestly asked my family to look up the other day. We were driving around. We were talking about pumpkin pie, because they like the pumpkin pie ice cream and the pumpkin pie this and pumpkin spice coffee, everything. Right. I'm like, what the fuck? But so I've never even tried pumpkin pie, and I didn't know that if there was actually pumpkin inside pumpkin pie, because I've carved a pumpkin, I've scooped out a pumpkin, but I've never tried what pumpkin actually is.
Yeah, just take those guts and put it on graham crackers and eat it.
All right, seriously. But there is like pumpkin in pumpkin pie, correct?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's not like fucking avocados or something. It's not like, here, have some pumpkin pie. It's made of guacamole.
But I mean, is it good?
Cassidy, that's coming. That's coming soon. Yeah, I mean, it is. I think, you know, you got to do it right. I mean, it's all good because it's not like a funny taste. It's a sweet taste. It's like a dessert, you know.
I mean, it doesn't taste like a vegetable.
No.
And
No,
I
it does
don't
not.
glaze it with ranch, Matthew, but I do have a side of ranch with my turkey, no doubt.
Will you be dipping your crickets in ranch if you have to?
No.
If you have to.
That was against the rules. But
That's against the rules.
Dude, when I sit down to eat like a turkey dinner or something like that, I absolutely have. I mean, the glob of ranch that I have on my plate looks like a glob of mashed potatoes. It's the same size. I'm dipping everything in. I mix it all together. Fuck that. Ranch makes everything taste good.
I can't do it, man. That's like when my stepdaughter moved in over the summer, early summer. Like the first thing she did, like the first day she's here, she goes grocery shopping, comes back, and there's like the industrial size vat of ranch in the fridge. I'm like, what the fuck is that? She's like, it goes on everything.
It does. It does. I have. If you open my fridge right now, there's 6 bottles of ranch inside, and some of them have more than the others.
6 bottles.
Well, they have mine was getting low. And so then I had to buy another one, and it gets a little bit lower. Then I said, "Do I have enough ranch at home?"
So wait a minute. One. So you don't finish the one bottle before you open the next bottle?
No, there's 6 because I have a certain amount that I need for each meal. And if I know that one bottle doesn't have enough ranch in it, then I'm going to go to the other bottle. So
why would you finish the one bottle and then open another one and use some of that too?
That's where you turn it upside down, so then it all goes to the bottom. Then when you I do that with all my like barbecue sauces and shit.
Dude, I'm very OCD about a lot of things. So I don't
like. Do you scrape the mold off of the top of the oldest bottle?
I don't like having more than one bottle on top of the table.
Well, you said you have 6.
I'm saying on the table at one time, so I can't just have one with it upside down and then another new one ready to go. And nor do I want to get up from the table to go grab another bottle of ranch. So yeah, there's like 6 bottles of ranch, all different sizes and varieties as well. So.
And Chris, why would you think there's mold in any of his? I mean, the expiration date does not apply to him. I mean, he's missing that thing by. I mean, that thing lasts a week for him, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
And if there was mold, I would lick it off with the remainder of the ranch. I mean, what the fuck? I'm not wasting ranch.
It's like
squeezes it out of the mold.
Right. Oh
Look,
my god.
I used to be ketchup on everything guy before I went to the hospital. Like ketchup on fucking everything. I put ketchup on mac and cheese, dude.
But at least you went to a better dietary habit with ranch.
Well, it doesn't have as much sugar as ketchup does.
Stop it.
And so I feel like it's better for me than it is. I have some light ranch in the fridge too, but so I think it's better for me than the ketchup.
Is that called the museum portion of the refrigerator?
So I
light
have
ranch. What is light ranch?
Light ranch. It tastes the same, but it's light, less calories. Less fat or whatever it is. But
nonsense.
I can't eat fat-free ranch. Fat-free ranch tastes like shit. But light ranch is okay.
This is that Seinfeld episode with the fat-free yogurt. Shut up.
Yeah. But I swear to you, you can't think of a food that I don't put fucking ranch on, dude. I mean, I put ranch on everything.
Pussy.
I would love ranch on pussy, dude. Love it. I never met a girl that would go for it, but I would.
Just tell us jizz.
I did something similar, Chris. Like I'll try, since this is not the after hours, or after show, whatever.
Oh, because I'm being so clean today.
Just a ranch on pussy.
So this is like stupid me. I wasn't thinking, but my first girlfriend, she, I was a year older than her. So when she graduated high school, I was 19, she was 18. She went to Eastern Michigan University over in Ypsilanti, and I went to visit her one time. And there's a Marco's Pizza right up the street, and I worked for Marco's at the time, so I got free pizza. Well, I was like, okay, this will be pretty cool. Like, she was all about the garlic sauce and everything. So I was like, oh, I'll put, garlic sauce down there, and she'll, she was like, yeah, that's hot. Like, so we did that. And then I was like, okay, let's, we'll fuck, whatever. And I, not even thinking that maybe like garlic and salt and all that is not supposed to be up inside. So needless to say, neither of us had this thought, and we're going at it. It's a 30 seconds, 60. She goes, ooh man, something's burning. Oh God, get off. And it was bad. We had to like clean that mess up. So it was like going to the
Now, how do you clean
drugstore.
that mess up exactly?
It's
Q-tips?
the when you have that not so fresh feeling, that product, but it also applies.
Ogilvy?
Yeah, it also, that's home perm, you idiot.
Ogilvy?
Ogilvy home perm.
I
Yeah,
thought
who
it
doesn't
was-
remember? Yeah, jeez.
It works.
Summer's Eve and all that.
Summer's Eve. All right.
Yeah, so it's all. Not only is it for when you have that not so fresh feeling, but it's when you have that got fucked with garlic sauce feeling. So it's got multiple uses. Who knew?
I did the same thing with Cheese Whiz, so yeah, it didn't go all that great.
I guess we should have known we would grow old and become fat guys, Seth. When we're trying to be like, hey, why don't you slather my junk in food and then I'll put it in you?
Well,
And it wasn't anything sexy, dude. It's fucking Cheese Whiz, dude.
No,
Not
well-
like whipped cream.
let me tell you
got
the
nastiest cheese
brilliance
spray I
of
could get.
19-year-old Chris. 19-year-old Chris decided to go with honey.
Honey?
Oh,
That was not smart.
It can't be.
oh,
It's like,
Messed up.
it was like something in my brain. It was something out of the 9.5 weeks mold.
Right.
In reality, it's like, oh, my brain, my chin is stuck to your tit. What the fuck,
Well, that's the problem, man. Like, we all think that it's going to be something sexy out of a movie, and it turns out to be a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, it's a disaster.
It's
Condiments.
like you stuck your dick in a buffet, dude. It ain't going to happen. It's not going to be all that great.
Yeah, even whipped cream. That's just dumb.
Yeah, everything's a mess.
Just dumb. Her
the right
face
way.
gets all sloppy looking. It's like, yeah,
Anyways.
please.
This is not the after hours on Minds.
right.
Although
Well, I figured it was
could be.
topical. You know.
It is.
I mean, what the hell?
Oh, God.
All right, John, what do you
you
think
can
for
have
this
all
week?
the
Do we
things,
do we lose again? Do you
Oh, yeah,
secure your
Brown.
crickets?
Uh,
It's what, New Orleans? They stink.
yeah.
They
They
suck.
yeah, well, but they're on a 2-game heater now or something like, I would say heater, but they've won more games. They've won more games than we have.
Well, they
but I
started
think-
out looking like they were going to the Super Bowl.
Well, I mean, they were averaging like 44.5 points, for the first 2 games, and then the wheels fell off. But yeah, I mean, dude, I think the issue here is it's our defense against their crappy offense. So
Now, the real issue here is who inches. Do you inch into Cricket Town, or does Seth inch closer to Cricket Town?
well, my stance. I'm hoping that we lose. We need to draft a goddamn quarterback. So every loss for me is a victory. So I don't want him to turn the damn corner.
I should have gone a box of crickets for every loss.
Oh, dude.
Brown's schedule here.
Yeah, I know they got the Saints this week, right?
Hang on. So
Yeah.
we got
They've
The
still got
Saints-
Pittsburgh twice. They
got
got
the Saints-
Baltimore.
Saints.
How is
in,
Pittsburgh 8-2? The fuck?
The Saints in New Orleans. Saints.
I don't know. If they, I will say, if the Browns lose this one, then it's more than official that they're done. And in
Steelers at
fact,
Browns.
Just as a side note, what are you doing with your hair? Did you join the Misfits or what? Holy fuck, Seth.
Me? Oh shit! I didn't even notice what was going on. I haven't put my glasses
tell
on.
him? Why'd you tell him? You should have left
Put
it
my
there.
glasses down, dude. I can't see shit. Steelers at the Browns.
Steelers.
Browns at Broncos.
Broncos.
Denver's been
Broncos.
playing pretty good ball.
Broncos.
Browns at Steelers.
Steelers.
Chiefs at Browns.
Oh,
Browns.
jeez. Yeah, come on.
Browns at Bengals.
We always
Toss
play them
up.
tough.
Toss
We
up.
always play them tough, man.
We do. Dolphins at Browns. That could be a win right there.
That could be a
Yeah.
win too.
Not good.
They're pretty awful too.
And then Browns at Ravens. Loss.
Yeah, we know what's going to happen there. Hey, was Seth's part of the bet? They won't win 4, so if they win 4, he loses.
No.
5.
5.
So you said they would win 4 games or less.
I
He
said
said
they would win 6.
Oh,
But he
shut
said-
up!
No,
Listen,
but
look
the
at him
bet
trying
is
to change
4.
the bet on the
No,
fly.
the bet is 4. The bet is 4.
I said 4.
You
So
ain't
if they
gonna fool
win
me
5,
anymore.
I'm fucked.
Okay.
I am
See-
hoping for those 3 wins.
I am not. I'll honestly, if Seth doesn't end up eating crickets, I will be a happy camper.
Look at
I
that.
just want to see you both throwing up on screen.
Fuck you, Chris. I told him last week that you and I are in this bet so we can decide as men
Nope.
we don't want to bet each
Absolutely
other.
no.
Yeah.
Absolutely no. Absolutely not.
We can call off this bet. We're, adults. We can say, hey, yeah.
I will quit
remove
this
our
show and
friendly
point both of your websites to gay porn sites.
I'm you don't do anything on my website right now anyway.
You can do it.
But I know the passwords.
That's true. Seth, we can make one determination.
Yes.
Smart ass over here. Next year he's in on the bet. It's all three of us.
No doubt.
I'll win.
You would not win.
I'll win.
No way.
What would you have said this year?
I'll tell you at the end of the year.
Oh, I'm fuck.
No, he did say he was with me that he thought potentially double digits, like a 10
I did.
and
I
7.
thought I would have been eating them,
Yeah.
but I'm not. That's no threat to me. I've eaten I ate the crickets the day that we made the bet. That's no
John,
threat to
let's
me.
be honest. Let's be honest, John. We can't do an eating bet with Chris, dude.
No,
It's gotta be
please.
something, something totally different. Like he's
Like
got
exercise.
exercise. He's gonna shave his head or something like that.
That ain't happening.
I was just thinking the hair. Yeah.
That will never happen.
Yeah.
I'd rather suck a dick than cut my hair. Fuck that.
All right, then let's go with suck a dick.
All right, fine.
I was gonna say. All right. We'll eat crickets. Aiken's got to blow a dude.
All right, bring it on.
Absolutely.
Now that's a show.
All right. So, Seth and I are eating food grade crickets. Aiken gargles a hog. There we go.
Yeah. But no cum in my eyes.
Yeah. Let's lay some ground rules here.
Yeah.
And no kissing afterwards.
Only on my tits, sweetheart.
Oh my God. Yeah, so I actually, so this week, so the owner of the company I work for, like he's a huge Browns fan. He actually bought a suite this year and like branded it with our company name and stuff. So he brings clients in and everything. And I think it was like he wouldn't tell me what, but he said it's between $60,000 and $100,000 a year for this thing. And he's pissed because he's like, it sucks for me because I'm a huge Browns fan, but the clients are loving it, so that's good. But the season, I don't know, Seth, if you know, but Chris, I think I've told, the season ticket holder gifts that they give us are just paltry as fuck. Like with very few exceptions. This year was like a dad hat. It's like, oh, thanks. Yeah. Well,
Paid $3,000 for a dad hat. Nice.
I know. That's what I said. And he came to my desk the other day and said that his, for the suite owners, like not just a regular courier guy from the Browns, but somebody of that knows some shit, whatever, hand delivered a pizza oven to his house.
Wow.
So it's like this big ass, like, pretty sizable thing. And he said that he was talking to him and he asked him, what the hell's going on? And the guy told him, he says, literally nobody knows. He said the whole building is shell shocked. Like they cannot figure out what the fuck went wrong. I'm like, well, that's good news. They have no clue what the hell's going on. Like this is just beautiful. So, at least we got the Cavs to distract us. I know, Aiken, you don't give a shit, but Seth, I know you probably do. And it's like, at least we could watch the Cavs, man.
Look, I'll be honest with you. Now that LeBron is gone, I actually enjoy watching some of these games. And they're a fun team to watch because they're young and they're actually hitting shots and stuff like that. And I like it. And there's no dick, fuck, racist bastard LeBron on there, so we're good.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I don't care.
Language.
That's fine.
Language is offensive.
The guy's a douchebag. I can't fault him as much as everybody else. I mean, he brought us a title, and that was the goal. Like at least he's gonna be an ass.
Akron a title.
He said, "Cleveland, this is for you." I'm good with it, man. It says Cleveland on the jersey. We won the championship, and we wouldn't have won it without him. So I'm fine with it. But he is a douchebag. I mean, the guy with the stories about his tipping and all the shit afterwards, and those, social justice, like whatever.
Look, $5 is a good tip on a $3,000 meal. Come on.
Now the
Yeah, right.
Diddy list.
Yep. When is that coming out, by the way? Because
Not soon enough.
I thought that was going to be like an October surprise kind of thing to kind of distract from everything. They were going to do something with it, but obviously that's not the case.
If I could distract everybody to a new website that I just put up yesterday, DiddyTales.com. You can keep up with your Diddy knowledge over at Diddy Tales.
You did not, did you really?
I kid you not, I did. For a client. Somebody actually paid me to build it.
No.
I kid you not. Diddy, DIDDY Tales.com. Seriously.
Here we go.
It's not porn. It's Diddy Tales.
What? He's not kidding. He's not kidding.
It's Diddy Tales.
What is this cartoon at the bottom? Oh, Seth,
That's
you gotta
Diddy.
look this up.
That's Diddy.
Oh, that is
Come on,
too
Diddy
good, man.
Tales rules.
Why would somebody pay you for that?
Because he advertises his real business on it.
On Diddy Tales?
Yeah.
Oh my god,
You'll get a lot of traffic. Good looking site. Look at that.
dude!
Diddy
The
Tales.
girl like eating the Skittles is pretty cool, dude.
Yeah, those are great at the top. All those things at the top. All these things at the top are memes.
Yeah,
So
the
there's like
lewdness monster.
5-finger butt punch.
I have cheek spear.
Enter
Ass
the back
squat.
end. Loosely.
What? Okay, what does this have to do with Diddy? Monkeys remain on the loose in South Carolina as authorities work to recapture.
That's other news. Look at the top. Look at the top. That's
Oh.
other news.
That's
Asquatch.
what is going on here?
Oh
So
my
I
god,
married
dude.
an ass murderer. Come on, these are great.
This is great, dude.
I can't even
I'm
believe
still
this.
trying to figure out what the product is, though.
Well, if you go to the any of the things at the top, you can see it's for my customer Playtime for You. Located in Chico, California. Playtime for You. If you need any sex toys, that's where you go.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Yes, he's very serious. Seth, that was one of my favorite times ever when Aiken was telling me about clients. I would get texts on an almost daily basis. Dude, I got Machine Head blaring in the headphones and I'm looking at nothing but dildos and vibrators and tits all day.
Yeah, it was rough. As I've said a million times, you would think working for a porn shop would be fantastic. It's really not.
Not why
It's really tough because you're looking at a lot of dicks. Just a lot of cock.
I love it, man. Oh my god.
But there you go. Don't make fun of Diddy Tales. I think it's a wonderful site. It actually looks pretty good.
It does look good.
It's a very good site. Look at this.
So if you're ever looking for your information on P. Diddy, just go no further than Diddy Tales.
Does this guy
Who
have a
updates
thing for
these?
P. Diddy? I mean,
No, it's just because it's huge news. This site will end up doing 100,000 hits a day in 3 months. Just because people are looking up Diddy, especially with the Diddy memes. People are looking up the memes all the time. It's a great idea. It's a brilliant idea. I wish I'd have thought of it myself.
did I miss it out on something?
I missed on this one. I should have thought of this.
Can't you do the SethWilliamsShow.com with fucking Diddy Tales and porn stuff through it?
The
Yeah.
next celebrity that fucks up will do that.
That'll be the splash page of your website from now on, Seth. It's just
right.
whatever's the clickbait shit. You'll just make sure that all of those keywords are on your main page. It'll just be the SEO heaven of the
That's
internet.
right.
Dude, my daughter just sent me a text, right?
Yeah.
This is how you know that she's my daughter. She's at the Tractor Supply Company or whatever, giving a dog a bath,
Okay.
and they have a fucking giant metal rooster. And all she does is send me a picture of it and says, "Look, Dad, Christmas cock." Like, oh, that's fine. Christmas cock. Yes, they have Christmas cock at the Tractor Supply Company. Thank you, honey.
That's wonderful.
Oh God, that's what I want my website. All metal cocks. We could just say, "Look."
Well, don't say it too loud because I do handle the website.
There you, there's your first clickbait.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll let you guys get back to finishing your show. So,
All right.
yeah. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Look at that.
Sorry.
Now beat it.
Oh, what is that?
That's a little harsh.
I gotta give that guy credit for having Maximilian from the Black Hole as his profile picture there.
That's pretty good, but the typical white slave monkey attitude is pretty rough.
Speaking
Not inaccurate, just rough.
Speaking of things, it's come full circle. Speaking of things about social media and things people say online and hide behind a keyboard and stuff.
Yes, you can say whatever you want online.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
We appreciate you coming on, John. It's been a fun conversation.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me on as always, guys.
Hey, I'm going to give you some advice that a once great radio guy, Chris Aiken, gave to me. Get some new fucking internet, dude.
It needs to be recycled every couple days. That's all it was this time. So there you go. It's not as bad as yours, Seth. There you go.
No, it'll never be as bad as mine.
All right. All right. Later, guys.
See ya. All right, there goes John.
That was fun.
Yeah, and there goes the show.
Look at that.
We're donezo.
Look quickly. How about that?
Yeah, we're donezo.
We're going to talk more cock in about 3 minutes.
We are. We'll be. This show has been almost like an entire bonus show.
Yeah.
It really has been, but
we have to do mines now still?
Yeah, mines will be good. I got a couple of good ones.
I want to thank everybody, of course, for listening today. God willing, we'll talk to you on Monday. Have yourself a good rest of the week. The air has changed for me.
Yeah.
Like everything looks different. Like lights look different. Air smells better. Food tastes better. Ever since 8 days ago. So, it's been a hell of a change. Look, you've seen Happy Seth.
Yeah.
For like an entire
amazing.
week.
I don't know how to take that.
I couldn't move last night. I was literally paralyzed from the neck down, screaming in agony for about 2 hours. But then I woke, then I got better, and now everything is wonderful again.
Now you're happy again.
Office. So,
very good.
God willing, we will talk to you again Monday. Thank you again. And we're headed over to Minds right now. If you haven't signed up, you have $5 a month, Minds, minds.com/Seth Williams Show. And check it out. And we will be there in about 3 minutes.
See ya.
Yeah, folks.
Seth Williams loves this land, stands tall and proud. Believes in freedom, speaks his mind out loud. Mentored by Trip, he learned to be tough. Life knocked him down, but he got back up. Lost a leg, but he's still strong and true. Chasing dreams under skies of red, white, and blue. Voting for Trump, he shouts it clear. WTAM tried to bring him down, but he's still here. In the heart of America, Seth takes a stand. Against the tides, he defends our land. Liberals call him crazy, but he don't care. He's got the spirit of an eagle, soaring high in the air. Hates LeBron James, won't wear that crown. Prefers hard work and blue jeans in this town. Radio waves try to shut him up, but Seth keeps singing, filling that cup. From the small town streets to the mountain high, Seth sees the flag waving, reaching for the sky. He keeps on fighting with a rebel yell, for every fallen soldier and the stories they tell. In the heart of America, Seth takes a stand. Against the tides, he defends our land. Liberals call him crazy, but he don't care. He's got the spirit of an eagle, soaring high in the air. From the small town streets to the mountain high, Seth sees the flag waving, reaching for the sky. He keeps on fighting with a rebel yell, for every fallen soldier and the stories they tell. In the heart of America, Seth takes a stand. Against the tides, he defends our land. Liberals call him crazy, but he don't care. He's got the spirit of an eagle, soaring high in the